Welcome back to I Got Tired of Losing. After the patch that dropped about, was it 2-3 days ago now? Well, I caught up now playing some runs and I can't believe it. I've been experimenting. Something happened. I got stuck at floor 2 for a while. Things were just not gelling. I could not put anything together, and then I thought like, alright, let's just go with a old channel popular build, which is the stall poison, and lean into that. Holy, look at that 1v1. Pimenta winning the 1v1. What an absolute beast. S tier hero right there. Let's get into it. I'd like to take a quick moment to thank the new viewers and returning viewers. By the time you see this video, we'll have gone over 2,000 views. I thought I was going to be stuck like on 0 for months. I'm very surprised and humbled. It already feels like you guys are a part of the guild. If you'd like to please the algorithm gods with me, give me those thumbs up, press those magic buttons that get the algorithm ticking. If you find any value in these vids, of course, I hope to make more for you, and thanks for watching. So what I like about this run thus far is right off the bat we're getting the chance to play with the economy heroes, which I'm very excited about because I wanted to lean more into some of my older builds and see how much better they do with some economy help. So this is very exciting for me. Obvious choice for me over here. I like the mana regen. So I'm basically reviewing. This is voice over a recorded gameplay. I find that the format is working for me at the moment. I can lean into more of the discussions and my thoughts and whatsoever. What I found here is very interesting. I'm obviously loving all of these heroes as part of the stall comp, and what I find very interesting here is, as you might have seen my first I Got Tired of Losing video, I leaned into Dragomir as a solo carry to farm us incredible amounts of shards. In this particular case, we're utilizing his carry powers, but you might notice I've picked up Pimenta as well. Now Pimenta is also very important to the stall comp, especially poison stalls, but what else she has here in her class B or rank B specialization, she leans into a mage, so she can currently buff Dragomir on the way as he gets a little stronger and farming the backlines and killing other things. So that's going to be very interesting to play. Usually my core pickup heroes for the stall comp would be Pimenta, Skorn, Gustav. Then you have your solid free tank setup. I'd look for a support like Grace as a mystic. Gustav also a mystic, so he does solve the role of helping to protect the team, especially if you spec him into tank, where he's going to put Glacier on your solid foundation. Then Rowan is just going to grow with his friend specialization and get as many stalls along the way to just make sure he's got extra defense and extra health, which you put into reserve. So we have talked about that kind of gameplay with stall builds. This variant brings back an all channel favorite, which had quite a bunch of views on my channel. So yeah, I thought it was nice to lean back into the poison build, and of course there was some interesting buffs recently where they've pushed up the tank poison output again. The Skorn and Pimenta is gonna look amazing here. So there, as you can see, I wait for the seasoned on her. Dragomir gets a buff. She does the stalls, which triggers Rowan as well. And then Excellent, we've got most of our setup we like here. We also have to look out for Pollen. She has to drive that poison an extra mile. And it's also very important that you try and find poison relics along the way. Because the poison relics is what's going to take you on higher floors and lower at the endless mode. So finding them, very vital to the team. If you don't find them, you'll maybe get a little less result than you'd like to have. In this particular run, I found a few. But there's a special one that just drives you that extra mile. That can take you to maybe floor 18, 20 or so. Which I've had with one of my old videos showcased. I should go and have a quick visit on that video as well to see what particular relics I had there. But anyways, glacier pickup here, also very nice. If you have it early, as you can see there, permanently gain that defense, which is very nice. We're still looking at the 500 armor rule. The magical thing about Rowan is he still scales that friend ability on reserve. But I like having him on board right now, because he has his own stall that he applies as well. Here I was thinking about, who would I put on my board right now? And I'm very sure that I thought about throwing Gustave on, so that I can start scaling his own stalls as well. Now Skorn is sitting in reserve. He's also something that you can play onto the board, but his bristle guard does serve as backup too, so you can kind of let him chill out on reserve for a while, whilst your other tanks are just doing the job for you. So in this lineup now on the combat, we have 2 tanks, which is getting the bristle guard effect. So eventually, the more the merrier. If you can find a glyph in the end game to turn maybe Pollen into a tank as well, then you have 4 tanks instead of the 3 tank core that I aim for usually. I might have done it in this video or another one. I'll have to check. It was very interesting to play it that way. And she got a bit tankier too, so that was nice. The very important part of the setup is always have 4 slots of combat heroes and 2 slots of reserve. But there I probably decided to put... I was juggling around who am I going to put on, Skorn or Rowan. In this case, Skorn probably does more damage now. But yeah, if you pick up Rowan early, he'll help you get to your over your 500 armor. I had one of these games and one of these runs where Pimenta went up to like 3000 armor. And Skorn and Gustave was probably over 2000 or something, just because Rowan boosted them that much. It's kind of nice to have these stall things go off early. Yeah, there I went for the Mystic Relic. I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure if that was a very good pick, but I felt like I needed something to help out, because as solid as it looks, I felt like we needed something strong to kind of push us into going for challenges. Because I'm kind of getting more bold with this team. In some of these runs, I start pushing challenges, because I feel like if you have that solid foundation early, you can start pushing them, because you'll be able to soak up your enemies' damage easily and then just dish out the bits of poison you can. Having that 1 relic there, that basically doubles your output on the poison. Now I don't have control of my mouse at the moment, because we are filming in this format. Once I got better at editing, I'll start adding those little things, the images and whatever we need on the screen. But that would be a higher production output at that stage. So tinker with that. I'm still learning to put some things together. I'm operating on a Linux, so everything is kind of new to me still. There we go. That's the ability that you need to take your poison further. Now, at this stage, it seems like I'm thinking that Dragomir has done his job for now. He's added some economy gains, and we're getting rid of them. There's one thing about this Dragomir struggle in this lineup, that the poison sometimes takes the kill before he can. So it's something that happens, but it was nice to have him on board just to get a little bit of a bump forward, you know. Because if you didn't have economy, this build can get a lot harder and you rely a lot more on getting lucky in the shop and so forth. But yeah, having economy that helps out somewhat. Now this is not the most important, I mean most difficult build in the world. Takes a bit of practice and maybe patience of running it a few times before you get a nice result. But that's how RNG goes. I would like to say that I've done my best with this build, and then there are moments where the RNG were slightly unlucky, and that's why we got to a particular floor. But I'm happy to announce that being stuck at floor 2 in this current stage of the game, I started feeling like, yeah, I'm gonna push past that too. You can just feel it. But yeah, stuck in 2, that's so funny. I can't believe I was stuck in 2. I was running a few games and it's just like, why are things not gelling together? And I also tried to experiment, and then things kept falling flat. I feel like if I'd make the compilation of that, I'd probably be able to watch it and try and see what went wrong. Yeah, maybe we should make a series of what went wrong in this play, where I take all of the videos that fell to the floor, you know, which you couldn't complete the run or something, and then talk about what we could have done to better ourselves there. That could be an interesting way of doing vids for Guildrun. Anyway, where were we? Alright, so I was just picking up a few routine things on my way there. Team looking highly solid here, very solid. And notice the damage on Pimenta. She's actually a beast in this. And one of my runs where Gustav was the main damage dealer for a while, I was quite surprised. Picking up backups, making backup durations shorter to trigger faster. Very helpful in this type of build. And shopping phase, I'm just looking for more stall stuff. I'm starting to think now that I can look back on it, is like I might be overspending on some things where I should be rolling a bit more, because we do have the foundation of the team. They have, like, look at that, there's like 4 8-tier heroes. I could be chilling out, not hyper shopping so much, and start looking for the other poison relics. I'll probably make a video, and once I've tested all of the relics a lot better and see how much further they push me up, then we can have a how to play a poison build guide in particular, where we go through everything and what important parts you need. Like most builds anyway, a lot of builds, let me not say most, let's say a lot of builds actually needs the relics to complete them, and you can fall short on it, you can get unlucky. Oh, here's the 1v1 moment. So I chose my best warrior, had a look at a few items, and I'm like, okay, let's just give her what we got. And then battle the beast.
Stay back.
Now that high output sustain is what's keeping her in this fight right now. Now it might look silly that I gave her mana items. In this case, the mana items is helping her get to her casts faster. And it paid off. Wow. Shall we just go ahead, make a tier list, and just slap her at S+ instantly? Just put her there. Because these 1v1s can be really hard to win. Wow. I start loving this hero a lot more. Ha! Based tier list. Pimenta S+. You heard it here.
Stay back. Bloom.
Slow it down.
Look at that pollen damage output right there. Now when she starts competing with Pimenta, you can kind of get excited about what's going on here. And the relic damage as well, also kind of nuts. Damn. I had so much shards here. I'm going to kick myself if I didn't look for more relics. I'm gonna have to have a stern talking to myself. Oh. Okay. I'm filling up items. Oh, I remember what I tried to do here. I'll explain soon. So I wait for the challenge to get those items that gives your hero another class. And I was hoping to turn some of my heroes into tanks and mages, so that someone can get Pimenta's buff and also the tank buff, and then put more Bristle Guard damage out from Skorn's ability. If you manage to do that, that would be so insane. That's such a cool way to try and take this build another step further. It's just unlucky that we got a warrior and 2 assassins. But I think at the end of this game, there might have been an opportunity for me to work with them. Let's just see. Or it wasn't another game. But yeah. Oh, I wish that challenge paid off and gave us like the tank and mage glyphs. Oh wow, that's such a cool idea. So try and look out for that in your runs when you play this build, because imagine 2 extra tank glyphs. Maybe that's the key of just driving this to the nuts. Now everybody is talking about the relics that you need, the poison relics, but what if you've extended your entire team as tanks? Now we already have 3 tanks on the board, because Gustav, we took the tank spec. Now if we turn that into 4 tanks, that's more damage output there as well. Unfortunately, maybe in the future I should open another slot and let Rowan back in. Yeah, I think I'll find a way to make this build better. There's some interesting explorations. Wait, there's a tank left. Did I take it? Oh, I noticed it. Oh, round of applause to my past self of a day or two ago. Oh, this was last night that I played this. Yeah, this was last night. But still. Oh, damn. I'm very happy about that. Pollen is a tank now.
Stay back.
So as you can see there in the bottom row of the relics, right? I took one that where when they die, they transfer the poison over to another hero. Another enemy. I'm not so sure if that was any good. I was trying to pay attention if it actually moves stacks, but I don't know. This might be the reason why I got to the floor that I did. Like, we definitely beat floor 2 now. And you can see this is a solid foundation. Oh, that relic damage. Maybe it is that good. There's one missing relic, unfortunately. Let me quickly see if I can look it up on my computer here. And I'll tell you what it was. Apologies for the lack of imaging on that. I still have to get my head around how I'm going to add those little tricks so we can have a cooler channel. Poison, some kind of accelerator, the amplifier, poison amplifier. Whenever a hero inflicts poison, inflict 33% more.
Stay back.
And maybe the deceleration corruptor, that's also nice. After stall 15, 30 and 45, double the amount of poison on all enemies. Yeah, there's a few relics that could have taken this to a next level. Thanks Memento, we didn't pick up as well. Yeah, this is sad. I need to make another run. If I get a run where we go higher than 15, let me know if you'd like to see that. And we'll just put another video up. Maybe I'll just sell it as not part of this series in a moment. We'll just put it as a separate video and try and turn it into a guide. Into more of a guide than what this is. And just lean into it heavily. Because I try and give you my thoughts and try and be the most educational I can be. Now with these, oh, that was not a bad item. It's an in-game gamble. Oh, it's so sad that those glyphs didn't hit. Imagine we could turn Skorn and Gustave into mages as well. Or even Pollen. And that magic damage that they would have output, especially on Pollen and Gustave, would have been so much stronger. Because they keep getting 40 extra magic permanently. I'm gonna keep that in mind If you play this build and you manage to do that, wow, let me know how far you got with that. That is such a cool trick actually, because it's so synergetic with what we have. Now I think actually making Pollen a tank here was the reason that I got a little further than I would have, because we fell short with poison relics. We only had 2 poison relics. I mean, if we had 2 more, what could this run have been?
Stay back.
Maybe I should have held on to what's his name, Dragomir, a little longer, but I was forced to sell him there because I didn't have an extra slot to chill with. That's a nice item. That's definitely a nice item in this build. Catalyst of Patience. Always pick it up if you see it. It's always decent. There I probably thought that Pimenta is leading the charge in this battle. She's the S tier. I thought like, okay, try and make her a carry, because she has to carry the lack of relics we didn't find. And honestly, she's doing decently. Like, she's helping me out where she can, for the lack of poison relics that we didn't get. Now imagine we had all of the poison relics. Wow, how fast would my enemies die? Because imagine amplifying 33% extra from each hero's output, and there's 4 tanks on the board, all proccing off the bristle guard. Oh man, could we melt the entire game?
Stay back.
Yeah, let me know in the comments if you want me to try that. Say, we made the ultimate poison build for real this time, but I'll only post it if we go at my personal best of 18 or higher, because I really want to show an insanely good result. In this series, being stuck at floor 2 with the new patch was hilarious, but at least we broke that curse with this build. And yeah, I mean, this is another way of saying poison builds are alive. They did get a little bit of a buff in the patch, and they're alive and kicking. They are. And if you believe as much as I do right now, we can see this build going further, right? Like, we did the best we can with what we had, and there was interesting experimentals things going on here,
Stay back.
especially with the Glyphs. So I think that was fun.
Bloom.
And I didn't even think of the Glyphs in my previous runs. This is from this one I started thinking about them. That means like improving as a player, you know, gaining the experience, and that's what all this series is all about. And I'm sharing that journey with you. You, the important guild member.
Stay back. Bloom. Stay back.
I probably have to make a thank you segment in the video, because by the time this video is up, we probably would have, the channel would have gone over 2,000 views, and we have lots of new views and returning viewers, and I have to thank all of you guys. Feels like you're already part of the guild. It's amazing.
Bloom.
I'm very humbled and overjoyed and surprised by the experience. Now, I've been putting off making a channel for many years, and then I started playing Guildrun maybe a week or 2 after the demo was released, and I was like, you know what? I like this game. Let's give it a shot. And the last few years I've been coaching in various games. I've just amongst friends and that, because I used to play competitive Hearthstone Battlegrounds. Before that, I used to play competitive. I played at like 2 official Blizzard events in my country, and then I got lucky. I started working with the host. She got funded by Blizzard, like they'd give her funds to host a tournament, and then we had better support in this country for Hearthstone players, and the idea was to have a player maybe qualify for European playoffs, you know. And we maybe had 1 or 2 guys that actually went over to an international event. But yeah, it was fun hosting those events. It was a lot of fun. It was quite a lucky experience. When we were 16, now we climbed to 16%. That's not too bad. Come on, let's push this to 18, floor 20. Let's go. Let's do this. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this, and if you'd like to become a member of the guild, like and subscribe. Push those magic buttons so the algorithm can grow us